Yes, on with another video. This is the second time, not twice. This is the second time that I'm gonna post this week. And I still kind of feel a little sluggish when it comes to recording these videos because I've not been recording for over a month because of all of the work and exams that I had to do. And now, since I'm done with those, it's time to get back on the grind and get this YouTube channel going and growing, hopefully. I mean, I have more videos than I have subscribers, man. How is that the case? Anyways, no worries with that. So today's topic is about martial arts and why I believe that every man should have some kind of martial arts integrated in their lives. This does not have to be Muay Thai, this does not have to be boxing, this does not have to be any specific martial arts thing. It can be anything because all of them have a lot of beneficial things over just learning how to fight. That's just the most basic thing, but there are far more overreaching benefits other than just learning how to fight. So first of all, I don't know if this is the case for you, but at least for me, this was the case. Before I started doing these, by the way, I'm doing boxing alongside my weightlifting routines. I'm boxing, so I'm doing weightlifting and boxing at the same time. So my martial arts routine is basically boxing. And the way that I used to feel when I went out with my girlfriend, when I went out by myself, when I went out with my friends, when I went out with my family, I always had these thoughts that come to my head like, what if this guy that I see in front of me, I don't know this guy, I don't know what he's doing, he's just looking like a guy who might be a problem. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what would I do if this guy would actually try to fight me? Or what would I do if he would try to say anything to my girlfriend? Or what would I do if I get into a physical argument with this guy? What would I do? Would I punch him? Would I hit him? Would I just wrestle him? Would he fucking kill me? I don't know. And these thoughts would always wander in my head. Like, I was losing myself in these thoughts when I went out with my friends, or like I said, with any of my loved ones, because I was not feeling like secure outside, basically, because of like the potential troubles that could happen to you. I mean, because these physical altercations can happen. I mean, they might not be always common in the area that you live, but they can still happen. You can still get a little bit physical with some people. But the main point is to avoid any actual conflict, physical conflict, like actual fight. I'm gonna come to that point. So you might be experiencing similar thoughts as well, like thinking to your head, like, what if this happens and I need to fight this guy, I need to punch this guy? And these thoughts were really taking away from the quality of the time that I was spending with my loved ones. So I was always dreaming of interpreting some kind of martial arts routine into my weightlifting routine, but just because I was always busy with school and everything, I was just putting it up. Like, is that even the right word to use? I mean, I was just kind of, how can I say, postponing it to a later date. I mean, I will start next month, I will start next week, something like that. And I postponed it for a very long time until it came to the point, like, everywhere I go, I always was thinking about these thoughts, like, what if this guy tries to fight me? What if I get into a physical altercation and stuff? And once I noticed that these thoughts actually started taking away a lot of the quality of my time, I just decided that I'm gonna fucking fight and I'm gonna start that boxing shit. I'm gonna pay for it, whatever it costs. I'm gonna pay for that trainer. I'm gonna learn how to do this because it was bothering me a lot, actually, a lot. It was bothering me too much. So, first of all, what do starting to martial arts do for you? So first of all, besides the physical benefits and besides actually learning how to fight, it gets you off of a big mental weight. Because as you know, as a man, and all humans basically, not only man, but I'm talking about the needs of men specifically for this topic. As you know, as a man, we need certain things in our lives. We need to eat, we need to train, we need to guarantee some safety to our loved ones, we need to have some, I'm not gonna say that. You understand what I mean. I mean, we have these basic needs, and what I understood from this thoughts is that being able to fight and fighting is one of the man's needs. And if this is not met in healthy ways, then these can jump into an unhealthy mental weight that can actually take away from the quality of your life. Because just like eating, just like training, just like sleeping, just like having sex, this is also a need of a man, being able to fight and being able to be dangerous. And if this is not met, it takes away a huge quality of a man, basically. And this shows up as some insecurities, and this shows up as some mental load that you really don't need to carry. And first of all, when you start martial arts training, you get away from these thoughts. That is gone in a second. After your second or third session of training, after you get some familiarity with your punches and actually understand that you can do something, you can defend someone, you can do something with your hands, and you can become dangerous, you start to not think of these thoughts too much. Because you know if something happens, you know what to do. And secondly, this is the most important part in my opinion, in a paradoxical way, when you learn how to fight, you get into less fights. You get into less altercations. You get into less conflicts. Because first of all, a fight won is a fight avoided. Always understand this. If you start a fight, there is no winner in fights. Both of the person who gets into a fight loses. Even if you beat that shit out of your guy, out of that guy in front of you, you're still losing. First of all, you might harm him to a point where he might need some real medical attention, and that's not a good thing to do. First of all, you will have some trouble with the police. And what if you actually damage that guy too bad to a point that you caused him a lifelong defect? I mean, imagine that guilt in you, just because he looked at you in a wrong way, or just because you bumped him into the street and you fucking killed that guy. How would you feel? You can even kill that guy and you could be killed as well, just because of a simple fucking look, or just because of a simple stupid word. So when you learn what is an actual fight, you want to avoid it more, because you've been in it, maybe you've been doing some sparring training, and you understand that fight is a dangerous thing and it should be avoided at all costs, because you do not have anything to prove to anybody. You're just learning this in order to protect yourself if something actually happens. And knowing this and knowing how dangerous a fight can be will lead you to manage these situations. If any of these happen to you, you will manage it in a more mature way, let's say. You will know how to speak more calmly, and you will understand the risk of the fight and try to avoid it as much as possible. And like I said, since you know if something like this happens, you will know how to deal with it at a greater level because you're training for this. You will also have better nerves, so you will stay calmer. And most of the times, if you stay calm, things do not escalate. The things escalate when you do not stay calm and when you want to escalate things. But if you don't want to escalate things, most of the times they do not escalate. And third thing that I've learned after training martial arts is that somebody who is trying to pick a fight is always insecure and always worthless of pursuing. Because if somebody is seeking for trouble, it means they have some kind of empty space that they have to fill. They are insecure about certain things and they are trying to fill that space with picking a fight with someone and trying to beat them. This is the insecurity that is on the greatest level. How can you be so fucking insecure, so fucking lifeless, so not having anything in your life to do that you want to pick a fight with a person that you don't know just to prove to yourself that you are not a worthless piece of shit? This is the deepest point that a man can be in. So try to not give these people the thing that they want, which is the validation. Don't fill that empty space in them. Just let it be there. Let it burn them out. Let it kill them. Because probably they are not going to fill that empty space with any other things, because they are too afraid to do something that is worth doing. So they're just trying to go in the street and smoking a cigar and drinking and losing their shit and picking a fight and fucking up your night with your girlfriend and then putting you into the fucking jail because you fucking killed that guy. You punched him and you fucking fall away and he died. It's just not worth it, man. It basically links with the second point as well. A fight avoided is a fight won. A fight avoided is a fight won. And this fighting need that I mentioned in the beginning of this video should be met in a healthy, competitive, maybe competitive, it doesn't have to be competitive, but it can be, but in a healthy, in a ruled way. And fourth point, you feel more like a beast, more like a man when you actually start this martial arts thing. Because all of these points that I mentioned, the first 3 points, adds up to a huge level of confidence, like unbelievable level of confidence, and you cannot get this feeling from any other thing. And this confidence that you get, this feeling of I'm the fucking man and I can protect my girlfriend, I can protect my mom, I can protect my brother, I can help my friends if things get messy, I can do it, I can step up. Even knowing this gives you so much confidence that this is reflected in your other duties as well. When you feel this confident, when you feel this like a man, you perform better at school, you perform better at your weightlifting training, you perform better in bed, let's say, you perform more like you become, how can I say, more sociable human being. You become a more competent man because you're feeling like a man. And I have been training weights for more than 5 years right now, so I'm pretty intermediate with this. And I believe that I've built a good physique as much as I can naturally. I believe that I built a good physique, but I have only been boxing for 3 months. And I'm gonna tell this, even though I love weight training a lot, I cannot change it with anything else. It's one of my passions, but I'm still gonna say this. 3 months of boxing have given me far more confidence that I have gained by doing 6 years of weightlifting or 7 years of weightlifting. That's how martial arts is effective. That's how it can be very impactful in your life. So please, if you can afford one, you can start with a personal trainer, and I would definitely recommend you, if you can afford it, do it, because when you first start, your technique will most likely suck a lot. And if you start only by yourself without picking a personal trainer, you will think that you're doing a lot of things right, while actually you're doing them very wrong, and this can lead you to become very injured, seriously injured, which can hinder your progress in both martial arts and other sports that you might be pursuing in. So please, if you can afford, please start with a personal trainer, at least to get the basics and at least to get the styles and how to actually do this thing, to learn it properly. So that was all for this video. I mean, it has been like 13 minutes. Yeah, it has been a long video. I don't want to elongate it even more. So that was all, and that's how I noticed that you become a different man when you actually start pursuing martial arts. And I recommend it definitely 100% to everybody. If you can afford it, please start with a personal trainer. And yeah, I think that's all for this vid. And since I'm like in a more free space right now, I'm gonna try to make the uploads a bit more frequently so that we can talk about more topics and we can actually dive into deeper conversations and deeper topics, let's say. So thank you all for watching. If you have watched it this long, you probably didn't, but if you did, you're the king. See you on the next one.